Hello and welcome back. I realised that I now have like 800 plus subscribers. A figure which will probably go down whenever I put a video on. I get a load of deletes and then anyway, thank you for being here. If you don't like crazy people, just leave. Obviously, people will leave. Anyway, these are the girls. These are the frogs. So we have Shelley, we have Siobhan. The boys haven't got out of bed yet. Anyway, today is a haul video because I desperately need to start processing some things. Because I realised that having part-time work just makes it even more difficult to find the time to get stuff done. Right, so we need to go over there probably to show the items. So I am going to be photographing a load of bric-a-brac. So I have a load of bric-a-brac type things kicking about. Obviously I'm not going to be photographing this until I've done it. I would prefer to have had this in like 2000 or 5000. I know that they do it in the 2000 version. I remember I have seen this one, which is called the Library before, but it was in a, where was it? It was in a Roy Castle shop. And while I think that £3 is very steep, you know, and these are the guys who I work for, while I think that £3 is very steep, the £5 that they were asking for it, for an unchecked jigsaw was too much. But I've got that because I do like to have these Jan van Hasterons. The market has tanked with them. I think this is the thing, is that they tend to be like an autumn and winter thing. People don't tend to do jigsaws in summer. So because I've got a number of these, I've got this and I've got another one which I need to do. So I'm probably going to do them and then I'll bundle them, because then they'll sell really well if I bundle them. So I'll just do that, and I've done that with wads gidges as well. So yeah, anyway, other stuff which I've got, Slimming World book. This will not sell for all that much, but it was like 50p. It's 2 for 50p at the shop. Everything that I've bought pretty much has come from the shop I work in, because it's just stuff which I sort of collect on either side of my shift, or I just see when I'm tidying up, which is all day. Slimming World books do well. Weight Watchers books do not do well. So pick up Slimming World books, don't pick up Weight Watchers books, and make sure that they're like cheap. If I had a bundle of these little ones, then they would sell, but this is just a one-off. And to be honest, I've picked up a lot of Terry Pratchett books actually, which I'm not photographing because they are for me to do a sort of job lot on, and because I'm compiling them for myself. So I have, you know, there's no point in me showing them. I've got a couple of lemony snickets there, there's actually 3. These will not be photographed because obviously I do need to get the bundle together, but I've got my box out because I'm in the process of sorting out my spare room. So I'm just going to properly write down the numbers which I need, so that I'm actually picking up the ones which I need, just to get rid of the last little stragglers which I've got. These are things which do turn up at the shop, so if I just know what I need, then I'm not going to mess up and buy the wrong thing. And then because obviously I have to buy, it's 2 for £1, I've ended up with this. I can't find any solds for this version. So anybody who's on Instagram was probably seen the fantastic sale that Grace Reseller has made for this particular copy. The paperback of this, I mean, this is a hardback. So the Philosopher's Stone is obviously the one that everybody's after. So this is with the Chamber of Secrets as a little set. they've called it a gift set. I searched on the barcode yesterday and I couldn't really find anything other than like weird ones in America where people were asking $50 for it. So I've looked at the sort of like print run on this. So this one is unfortunately a 10th print run, so that's not great. This one is technically one of the rarer ones, apparently, because it's got this wizard on the back and on the spine, which is the earlier illustration which was used. So that's the one that you need to look out for, apparently. But again, it's not really an early print run, it's the 5th print one that I've got on there, and it isn't a paperback. So, but you know, this was just to make my lot up to £1. So I need to look into that and see what it sells for. I think I've got another Philosopher's Stone knocking around, but it's got the later picture on it. I can actually show you, so just bear with me. So this one here, that's actually the 40th print run. So that one is like really old, but there you are, that's the difference. So that's the earlier ones, which are the ones which are worth money, and apparently that's the other design of the wizard. And again, you can see it on the back. So now we know, which is all something that none of us ever really knew. Obviously this isn't a £5 set. I think it's more like a £50 set. So £50 from 50p is very good. And getting a set of Harry Potters together isn't really something that I want to be doing. It's not something that's on my list of things which I want to get involved in, because the Lemony Snicket thing annoys me enough, and the price has dropped with that. So let's have a look at other bric-a-brac. I have got, again, something else which has dropped in price. So this is Neil, the Sofa Works sloth. I've paid £3 for him. I probably should have just paid £1. So yeah, he's got the Sofa Works tag on. There's multiple versions of this. They used to sell for £20. Now it's like half of that, if I'm lucky. And he's got like quite an intense stare on him. So yeah, that used to be brilliant, but not so great. I also picked up one of these, which I've had before, and I've also sold that one for 20. So this is the British Gas Penguin. Now, I can understand why the British Gas, you know, we all hate our utility companies now. I hate my utility company because they've just literally like upped my payment by, they've doubled my payment that I need to give them for a month. And it's really annoyed me because it doesn't even make sense what they used to, they said that because the government have stopped paying the amount now, it will revert back to what it was. I've always just paid £120. So the fact that now they want £200 from me has really hacked me off, because I don't understand how it can revert back, but yet somehow that means I have to pay more. So yeah, don't even want to get into that. So anyway, the British Gas Penguin, that one's only worth about £5, which is so annoying, because how can something that used to fetch £20 now hardly fetch anything? You'd think they would be harder to find. Anyway, other stuff which I have, this plate and this cup, which I saw, and they did put my name on it. Yeah, so I really like this and tempted to keep, but probably won't. And this doesn't sell for much either. I just really liked it. So it's Hello Kitty, but it's actually Liberty. So really weird. I didn't even, who knew? Who knew? Mugs and plates are not necessarily something that I want to be picking up. I'm just a sucker for this. And yeah, I'm really tempted to keep it. But I will photograph that and I will deal with that today. I will be disciplined. I will be disciplined. So that's all the sort of like bric-a-brac things which I have to show you. The rest of it is clothing, and I do seem to have amassed a lot of it. I'm just going to put that on there because things happen. I need to de-tag all of these, so it must be nice because usually you don't see these tags. I usually say that it's like I'm paying £3 for things, but sometimes things are £2. This is a Kim & Co top. Thankfully, I mean, I've seen some really good Kim & Co stuff, but they've had the tags. This is obviously very irritating to one's neck when they're wearing it. So a lot of the time these are removed, which also has the size on it, which is frustrating. So I've picked that up because £2 is okay. So you should be able to get 15 to 20 on that, you would hope. And then weirdly, I think all of this is flipping All Saints. I don't know how I've managed to like fall on a cachet of All Saints. Let's see if all of these are the same. Yeah, it's all the same donator, so they obviously fell out of love. Let me tell you, these are awful. So, having seen how these print out of the flipping machine, so these are gift aid labels, so it means that the charity shop can claim back tax from the government, and they don't have to like pay extra on their sales. So it's so important to scan these, but every time you scan them, a lot of the time they fail because they're quite shiny and the thing that you scan with doesn't like them. And then when you go to type them in, the 3s and the flipping 8s are interchangeable. I mean, that is a 3 and that is an 8, but once if they've been like robbed when they come out of the printer, you just don't know. Oh, so anyway, that's one of my little gripes. So anyway, these are all £3. These are all Saints jumpers. This one's quite cool. It's got a zip down the side. I mean, I've barely made any sales recently, but the things that I have sold have been All Saints cardigans and jumpers. So, you know, I must make sure that these go on sharpish because I'm obviously got a bit of a good algorithm at the moment. It's got this really chunky zip at the side. I really like this. I would actually wear this. But I'd probably get annoyed with it because it's got quite a sturdy funnel neck thing type, what you call it, on there. And then one of the other though issues I think with All Saints is that although it is very expensive, it's also it gets holes in it a lot, so I'm bound to find holes in it. I'm not quite sure what the earth is going on with this. This is a cardigan. So yeah, again, All Saints. All Saints. But it's got fastenings on the back, which I don't really know what use they are. I mean, what do they? So they just fasten at the back. Is the thing supposed to go in it? I don't know. This is going to be a right arse to photograph and try and work out. Thankfully, I should be able to find the stock photos so I can actually see how it's supposed to look. And then another sort of like cardigan. This is very mesh, very see-through. That'll better be fluff and not dirt. I think it's a combination of both. Yeah, so just a meshy zip-up cardigan. This will probably be the thing that sells for the most. I think one of them might be merino wool. And the Laszlo, is it? The Laszlo bomber? Don't know. It's got one of those, you know when they've got like an amendment on the care label. So it's got a sticky on the label. Anyway, these are all in fairly decent size rather than extra small. This one is medium, as you can see. Yeah, so they should be pretty good. That's only stuff which I picked up yesterday. And now we have all of this. And I don't think I've shown you any of this. I already have a few piles which I've started here so that I can do ironing. This is all on my spreadsheet already. So these are D-tagged, which is what I do when I put them on the spreadsheet. So this is quite nice for spring. A jumper, hoodie, yeah, striped, crochet, Joe Brown's, size 12, fabulous. We will put that there. And then we have, again, £3. I was thinking that I'm going to get 20 for that. This, when I was hanging up all the dresses which had fallen on the floor, I found this, and because you know, at first glance I thought, oh, that must be Hush. It's not, it's Whistles. Really nice fit and flare dress. It's got a cool collar as well. Quite a cool collar there. But yeah, Whistles. I did not expect it to be Whistles. And I did check that the care label was on it, because it's always got the size adjacent to it, and it's a size 12. It says it's 100% silk. It does not feel like silk. It feels like polyester. So very weird. Yeah, 100% silk. It really doesn't feel like silk at all. I'm really confused about that. But there you go. And I seem to have a very similar dress here, which is spotty. Again, like a bit of a fit and flare on that spotty dress. This is Chi Chi London, and thankfully it's a size 14. I've got two Chi Chi London dresses which I've picked up, which aren't shifting. Maybe they will, because it's just, you know, not necessarily the season for them, but they're in a size 8, and that seems to be going against them. This is a dress. You do have to be careful, I think, because sometimes you just get so blindsided by finding a good brand that you just pick it up regardless of the fact that it's a smaller size. I do that a lot with jeans, but jeans don't tend to be an issue. Jeans in small sizes that I find tend to sell, so that's not so bad. But I have to think as well is that generally I am picking up stuff for £3. So Monsoon, this is the vintage label, is it not? I think. Or, I mean, what is the definition of vintage these days? I'm starting to feel very old. I have picked this up because it's 100% linen. It is a size 14, and obviously, I mean, the heat wave will come surely. So I'm hoping that I will be able to sell that for £25, hopefully. I don't know, Monsoon is so up and down. I've got a really nice little sort of like silk, that, and this is vintage as well, because I'm very picky with what I pick up that's Monsoon. I think it's like a pajama top, but I've just put it on as like a tunic top because it's very oriental style. Some people have sold it for around £50. I've got mine on for 30, and somebody sent me an offer of £5 the other day, and they've just literally, when I just walked back from the post office, they counted at 10. So, you know, so lucky. And it's things like that that just annoy me. I feel like countering like at 50 are like way over my asking price. I do believe this is another linen dress. Again, you know, floral. Let's have a look. So it's only 50%, well, 55% linen. The rest of it's viscose. And it's jewels. And it says size 18. I guess it could be. If it's a size 18, does that mean that it's not that it's a top? I don't know. Thankfully, again, they do put their product name on there, but I'll probably struggle to find that with it being with it being jewels. And mind you, it's got pockets, so it must be a dress. A very mini dress. Oh God. You can tell it's getting to me, can't you, working? I'm just not used to it. I'm wondering how long it's going to take me to actually like settle into it. I've got another blouse here. Again, £3, but it'll be like 15 to 20. But it is only a size 12, so we're probably talking 15. It's got zebras on it. I pick up the stuff which is like animal print and different, because they do seem to sell. It takes a while, but they sell. I have a skirt here with teacups on it. Probably not the best design. I ummed and ahed a bit about that. It's Cath Kidston. The sun has turned up. Hello, sun. It is absolutely howling a gale out there, though. I've got a mat that's on my balcony and it just keeps sailing around. Yeah, so Cath Kidston is only a small. I'm jealous of the people who find the Disney and all the other stuff. It's never happened to me. Never happened to me. Right, we've got a big pile of stuff here. And now there's a pigeon turned up to poo on my balcony. Fat face, tunic top. Yeah, so it's half button. It's a size 14. I've got one that's very similar to this. Not exactly the same, very similar to this, which I've got listed at the moment. It's got a lot of interest in it. I've only just put it on, but because it's a size 18, it's got loads of interest. Loads of interest. It's got 3 watches in 2 days, which is unheard of, let's face it, on eBay just recently. I don't know about you. I've got to like move back, because if you remember that scene where they get put down a well in Interview with a Vampire, that's happening. Okay, what have we got here? I have got a little top. It's possible that this one was only £2 or it might be 3. I don't know. It will tell me on my spreadsheet, but you know, I'm not on my spreadsheet. Just LK Bennett. That won't be any more than £15. LK Bennett does not sell for me. I have a pair of shorts here which I probably should have left. Again, £3. Shorts. I mean, the heat wave will come, but will the person who's size 6 come to my store? Possibly not. This is fabulous. Now this, I didn't look it up at the time. I just bought it. This has been like advertised to me before on my Instagram like yonks ago. And I wasn't familiar with the brand, and I think they have gone out of business. They are called Harkle. It's not really focusing there. This is only a size 10. However, that's the bottom of the skirt. I mean, unbelievable, isn't it? That is the bottom of the skirt. It's all pencils, and it's got pencils sticking out of the pocket. Weirdly enough, looking this up, this is one of their most desirable rain dresses. It sells for around £40. Not sure if I'll be able to get that with it being size 10, but there's no others on eBay at the moment, so I'm quite optimistic that I can get that price. I have a fair amount of like bits here which I feel like I might have shown you in a haul already, but I don't think I have. I would have remembered like kicking myself for picking this up. So this is a People Tree dress. People Tree I struggle to sell, so I don't know why I've picked it up, but obviously it's a summery dress, and I could always do with like new summery dresses. Again, £3. I only paid £3 for that Harkle dress, so the People Tree one I'll probably only get like 15 to 20 for. Standard, just a pair of Levi's, 514, waist 30. I will generally pick up the Levi's. I have picked up a pair of Levi's though that have got a terrible mark. I am making sure that I'm checking the flipping crotches of these things like some weirdo. Another one there. So this is the Mile High Skinny. So this is a size 26, but I haven't had trouble selling them before. So yeah, it's really high waisted, but you know, it is saturated. But it's always good to have Levi's in your shop, and for £3, who can say no? It's possible that I've spent £5 on some of them because the pricing structure has changed. Cancer research, superstores. This, which I was really pleased to find, although I haven't yet managed to list the other one. Let's not talk about that. Pair of trousers, jazzy. There's been this is one of the gutting things about being in a charity shop, is that there was another pair of Lucy and Yak that I didn't get, which went straight out onto the shop floor. Yeah, so Lucy and Yak, typically another small size. It says 34 waist. Maybe it is a 34 waist. I mean, I suppose this is it, is that everything now fits. I'm not quite sure about high waisting. I know that a lot of people like high waisted stuff, but I find that it just means that it sits on my belly, and I hate that. I just feel even more fat when I'm like got this thing here that I'm wrestling with because it's on my belly, because it's like I don't have a flat belly, and I probably never will have a flat belly. But anyway, yeah, Lucy and Yak, I'm hoping for around, the one that I've got, it's new with tags, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to get 30 for it. So maybe I'll be able to get the same for that. Maybe the new with tags, I should try a little harder and try and go a bit higher. What on earth have we got in here? I apologise if this is stuff which I have shown you, but I really don't think that it is. I have another All Saints jumper. I can't even remember flipping picking this up. This is the problem with my storeroom, is that these were just hurled in a box, and it was just stupid. Wool, a bit of Yak. Yeah, so yeah, just a basic jumper from All Saints. Don't know what I've paid for that. Where am I putting everything? I'm trying to put everything in piles here, and I'm not achieving my intention. These I kind of want to keep, so I must get them listed as soon as possible. They are fat face, they're size 16, probably just what I need for the summer. So yeah, let's not delay. I need to get these on. I should be able to get 20 for them. Yeah, all of this has come from work. I remember finding these on the flipping floor. I don't know, I feel like I've shown these before. Massive pair of shorts. These were on the floor in the menswear section because they have these stupid little, like, you know, metal hangers, and what happens, this is what happens. So that's the only reason that I've got a job, is because I just spend all day walking around hanging things up. So yeah, these were in the menswear. They have a lot of, I always used to wonder why the hangers used to come out with the wrong sizing on them. Now I know. A lot of the time, the people who are hanging it and doing the steaming are a little bit like, they are crazy. They're not the people who do the pricing. They're just doing like the sort of like basics. But yeah. And a lot of them are working out their community service. It's not like hard crime that they've done. But a lot of them are working out community service hours. There's a couple who's there at the moment, and the only reason that they're there is because they were that apprehensive about the pandemic that they didn't send their kids to school when they were supposed to, and they're now having to work out community and service hours. And so the fact that Boris Johnson and Matt Hancock are getting away with what they've got, what they're doing, and yet other people are having to work out community service hours, is absolutely disgusting. You know, just take that on board. So anyway, these were sized wrong. They are a UK 24, so obviously these are women's shorts, so I would hope that I do very well with them. I'm always a bit loath to like put them too high, just because it's you know, like a bigger size, but you know, I must think more like a business. I will put them on for 25, I think. I have got a dress here. I've just sold something very similar to this, like a denim dress, by Fat Face, and that sold really quickly. This is Bowden. It has been cut through there on the label. I'm not sure why, but yeah, size 12. I think that will do really well. I should at least get 25, if not 30 for that. It was 25 that I got for the. It was called the Fat Face Rachel denim dress, which I had. So I think it should be very similar to that. There's only 5 things I think in here. What on earth is that? Oh right. So some of this doesn't half feel familiar. Ooh. Ooh. What's this? This is definitely Fat Face. I recognise this print. I've definitely had this before. Yeah, I'm right. Fat Face. So elephant print. Is that elephant? Yeah, elephant. Size 10. So it's only a size 10. One of those belted dresses. Yeah, so again 20. I just, you know, let's face it, can get the stock very easily. I shouldn't like overprice my stuff. This was only £3. This was only £3, and I mean, look at that. It's like, I mean, I'm always selling white stuff, and I'm always selling it for quite cheap, and then you get these things that are new with tags, and you're like, what the hell? So £50 these were originally. Admittedly, these are only a size 8, but you know, it's new with tags, so I should be able to possibly get 30 for them. So yeah, I will put them on for 30 because it's new with tags. Let's be realistic. I am also trying to be realistic about like not having things knocking around forever. I have another pair of shorts here by a brand that I really struggle to sell, Pure Collection. These are a size 14. Yeah. What can you say? It's just a pair of chino shorts, isn't it? Isn't it like? Oh, I seem to have a Carhartt shirt. So yeah, Carhartt. Medium. I mean, I am saying that most of this is £3, but I will have paid £5 for some of this stuff. I just don't know without boring you to tears by sitting here scrolling through an Excel spreadsheet, and you don't want to see that. Yeah, so Carhartt, just a basic shirt. It looks very small for a medium. It says medium on it. I don't know what man that is that we're going to come across in the street. He's going to be a very titchy medium. This is an extra small, and I mean, this looks bigger than that shirt. I think this one was £5 because I hesitated on this. So yeah, I know that I've paid £5 on that, but it is really nice, and it's been ages since I've had one of these. I think they're like heritage. I have had these before, sold for about 30. I think I had one that had a bleach stain on it, which obviously, you know, nobody's going to wash out a bleach stain. And I sold that one for 20. So again, I think I should be able to get around the 30 mark for this because it's quite nice. And if the wind is going to keep whistling around like this, it's extra small, obviously. So, you know, it is what it is, but that is nice. And it feels new. It doesn't feel like racked around. There's stuff like tapping and whirling around my window. Oh, there are police helicopters out as well. Oh, I seem to have another Cath Kidston thing here. I remember seeing these things. I don't remember buying them. Yeah, so apparently I've got a very dainty little dress here. I know I've paid £5 for this. I remember this being priced up. But it's new with tags. So, I mean, it's not like I haven't been round the Cass Kidston shop when it was around. So that was £95 originally. I mean, what people are prepared to pay retail is mystifying. It was purchased again in the sale and they paid 60. I will probably not put that on for any more than 30 because Cass Kidston just doesn't sell. There's a number of these brands and I think they've really screwed themselves over. Karen Millen most certainly has screwed herself up her own arse by letting Boohoo take over. I mean, I know that when you go into receivership, because we're all put into lockdown for absolutely no bleeding reason, because we've all now had COVID at least once, if not 20 times. When you're put into lockdown and your company goes out of business because nobody's got anywhere to wear occasion dresses or just like nightclubbing dresses or anything, because we're all just sitting at home in sweatpants. When your business goes out and then there's a company like Boohoo are going to like help you out, you know, you let them help you out. But I think it's really screwed over a lot of these companies. I can see the quality in the Karen Millen stuff that we have in the charity shop, which has been made by Boohoo, and it does say Boohoo. Yeah, it does say Boohoo on the label. I was rudely cut off there, and I don't know why, because apparently if you do 30 minutes worth of recording, you have to start again. Anyway, yeah, the quality's not there, but you know, I know that people have to make these decisions with their companies, and I can't really talk because, you know, my business isn't doing too well because I've obviously had to take on part-time work for that little bit of fixed income, but I've really had a nosedive in sales, really had a nosedive in sales because I just don't have the time to do as much listing as I wanted to do. Anyway, I have got one last item in this haul. Let's not go rabbiting on. I have looked this up before and it is not not commanding a massive amount of money. Again, it's Lucy and Yag. I don't think they're that extortionate on their website anyway. So Lucy and Yag, it's a small size, but I mean, that is cropped, could probably fit them, probably fit the girls. Organic cotton though, but yeah, £5 to £10 these are selling for, but I'm probably going to put I've noticed this with a lot of like the auction, you see when I'm doing my completeds and like researching stuff, you see a lot of people who've like sold it previously, but they've done it on auction, and auctions just don't have the traffic that they used to do. So anyway, my quest for the rest of the day is to get this bric-a-brac stuff photographed and listed, and I will start ironing the clothing that I've just gone through, just so that it's ready for me to photograph after work for the rest of the week, so that I can have some stuff to deal with. Because I've got so much to do. There's a box of Lego looking at me, and I have too much to do, and it's late and I need to eat some food. Yeah, I need to crack on. So I have now emptied another one of these, so I've got 3 empty ones of these. That was my whole point in as well getting a job and trying to cut down on the amount of clothing that I had. I have been accepting reasonable offers, so there's no point me now having like boxes named overflow, because I don't need overflow. In fact, I've got like, I was able to amalgamate a number of boxes the other day, which is why I've got freed up boxes. So that's the point. I'm going to like try and like just pick up select clothing. And this is my idea of like select clothing, and I know that there's stuff like Sainsbury's in there and Fat Face, but I'm picky with what I get. I get the stuff which I know is going to sell. You know, like an example was that Fat Face Rachel denim dress. which sold really quickly for £25. If there's certain things that you know will sell quickly and you're picking them up for £3, it is a bit of a no-brainer. I could expand what I pick up clothing wise, but I want to have like less boxes there, and I want to move properly into the Lego sales. I have less than 50 Lego listings at the moment because it sells through that fast and it's not good. I'm also considering downgrading my shop, but I really don't know whether to do that or not. I'm really in two minds about downgrading it because I struggled to pay my fees this month. Obviously I did, but usually they go out of, usually the £85 is there and then it goes from my sales, and literally in a day or two my sales cover it. That hasn't happened this month. After 5 days I hadn't covered the amount for that. That's how bad things are with my reselling business. So, you know, I'm totally transparent here, is that I've taken on a job and it has sort of like disrupted that. So I didn't cover my fees, and then they took them out of my bank, which was annoying enough. So that's like made me sort of like question. It's not the fact that it's gone up. It's the fact that I'm not able to get as many listings on as I used to. So I've either got to see if I can like really focus my listing goals, whether doing 10 a day is unrealistic and I should be just doing 5 a day, just to keep the momentum up. I don't know. It's all, you can sit and debate this forever. You know, if I just, at the moment, I just feel like doing rather than trying to think about things. So anyway, thank you for watching. I will be back again. I have another vlog which I've got. I obviously have like Lego videos which I need to do, but I've got another Lego video which got dumped because I started videoing it like 2 months ago. I just need to forget about it. Yeah. Anyway, right, so it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from Siobhan and Shelley, and thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being here, and hopefully one day I will get to 1,000 subscribers and maybe get a little bit of money from this, but who knows. But thank you for watching, and I will be back again soon.